We are going... What am I doing? So we are going to one of my favorite places on earth today. It's Barnes & Noble. I'm really excited. We're gonna do a little walking around, a little shopping, pick up a couple of books, look at all the books that I want to get, but that I can't get because I'm not like a millionaire. But I'm really excited because I haven't been able to go and just buy books at Barnes & Noble or something like that in a really long time. So I'm so excited to do this today. I'm not gonna get a ton of books, maybe like just 4 or something like that, like, you know, 4 or 5 little books, but hey, better than nothing. Yeah, you know, Mama's definitely on a budget, so it's not like I can just go and buy all the books. And I typically find that you can get a much better deal on books on Amazon, to be honest, and I just have to shop a lot on Amazon right now anyway, just for convenience. But Mama has a little bit of time right now, and my kiddo is with his grandma to watch him for a little bit, so that I can do actually some Christmas shopping. I need to go get a couple of like stocking stuffers and things like that, stuff that I can't order online. So that's really what I'm doing today, but I'm gonna let myself also go to Barnes & Noble for a little bit and maybe look at the books at Target as well. So I'm gonna take you along with me when I get to Barnes & Noble, and if I look at books at Target, then I will, you know, take you there too. But I'm really excited. I can't wait to see what we pick up today. Oh, and by the way, welcome back. I'm Tina, or Christina. This is Tina Reads and Writes. I probably should have said that like a long time ago, but hi. I'm just really excited about actually going to buy books today. So yeah. All right, we've got to play around with the lighting here, but I just pulled up to Target, took care of a good amount of what I needed to do for my kiddo for Christmas stuff, but I just pulled up at Target, and if there's anything exciting in there, I'll go ahead and you know, show you guys what I see. But then after Target, we get to go to Barnes & Noble, so I'm super duper excited. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get inside Target, and we'll see what we see. Okay, so Target was fun. They have a ton of books there, and I like that they, you know, are a little bit more cost effective too, as, you know, Mama on a budget, have to spend money on my baby. I don't get to spend too much money on myself, so I liked that they're a little bit more cost effective. I don't think I've ever bought books from Target. I bought books from Walmart years ago, but it's always been like, well, Barnes & Noble for most of my life. Disregard, my car is beeping and making noises. But Barnes & Noble and like Amazon, and then I would buy stuff like at Walmart like years ago, but never Target. So that was a fun little experience. It was super crowded in there. I know it's the holiday season, so a lot of people are out shopping, but they were also like setting up displays right there in the book section, and I'm like, so one day I get to go out and like record and like, you know, be by myself or something, and it's like crazy. And I mean, this is new for me, and I'm like such an introvert and like, you know, a little shy still. So, you know, me whipping out my camera and like just being cool recording, even though like there were people like right there. Yeah, I'm not quite there yet. So I didn't really get a ton of footage of Target, as you saw, but you know, it was fun. I'll get there, guys. I will get there. So I'm gonna pop inside Barnes & Noble. My camera memory card is also like almost done, almost full, so I'm not gonna be able to get a ton inside there either. But hey, at least you'll get to see what books I ended up picking up. So yeah, let's go inside Barnes & Noble. So once again, much more crowded in there than typical on a weekday, but that's okay. We had a lovely time, and by we I mean me, because I know I didn't pick up the camera as much as I probably should have or could have, but it was crowded, and yeah, and my thing is about to die, so I know I was just supposed to get a couple of books, but I got just a little bit more than a couple, so I'm gonna share that with you here soon. But it was nice. It was really nice to just be able to buy some books, and I haven't done that for a long time. So, you know, yeah, it was good. So we'll check out what I picked up here soon. We'll do a little book haul. Well, this happened. I didn't get like 4 books. I got like a lot. I don't even know how many books this is. Got this bag here. Another bag here. And the good old Target bag. Listen, I haven't been able to buy books for myself in a really long time. Okay, I know I just kind of did like an Amazon haul like kind of recently, but like going in person and picking up books, that I have not done in a long time. And like before doing that Amazon haul, the books that I did just recently purchase on Amazon, I hadn't bought books in a very long time. So it was like once I got started, it was really hard to just not pick up all the books. So the good news for you though is that we get to go through and do a little haul and see all of the new fun and exciting books that I am adding to my collection. Now, of course, these are all books that I'm going to read in 2024, you know, ideally, right? Or beyond. But yeah, like they are books that I'm excited about. And I mean, unless I just decide in the month of December to say like, okay, to heck with my TBR, I want to read some of these books. Yeah, that could always happen. But I'm gonna try to keep these for the 2024 TBR. So let's take a look. Shall we start with Target, since that's where we went first? So these are the books that we got from Target, and we'll chat about what I've got here. All right, so the first one that I have, let's see, maybe I can put these in some type of order. I don't know. All right, I guess we'll start with romance. First one that I have is Love in Other Words. So this book is on my TBR for December, and I actually did listen to the audiobook, but I really enjoyed it. So I wanted to have a copy of it, and I knew I wanted to have a copy of it, but like when I saw it at Target, I was like, yeah. And especially because it's this cover, not like the new cover, like that orange one or whatever. It's like this cozy, like books and like cabin and all that cover. I was like, yeah, okay. Yeah, I will get a copy of it. So I know I already like listened to this book and I really did enjoy it. I'll talk about it more like when I talk about like the books that I read in December and stuff like that. I think I'll do like a couple of updates throughout the month is kind of how I'll do it. So I'll talk about it more, but I also think that I really want to read it too. And I don't know, see what I missed, see how I like it like when I actually physically read it, but I just wanted to have a copy of this book. It's beautiful and I enjoyed it, so I wanted it. All right, so then I also got Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover. I haven't read anything by Colleen Hoover at all. I just have seen her obviously more and more like when I have gone to Barnes & Noble, like to walk around and stuff. You know, I guess because she became so popular on Book Talk and all that stuff. But this one is in my TBR game. This one is going to come up eventually, so I figured, hey, let me grab it. I might cheat and just go ahead and read it because I am curious. I'm curious about her books. to see like what the hype is all about, but I grabbed that since it was there. All right, so that's all the romance. And then I did pick up, I think a couple of these are young adult, so let's chat about those. I got Belladonna. I think this is young adult, right? Pretty sure this is young adult, but I got Belladonna. I know that there's another one out in this series called Foxglove. They had that there too, but I did not get it. But I picked up Belladonna to see how I like it. I've heard about this like for the last couple of years or so, and I was intrigued because, you know, it looks beautiful, it sounds interesting, so I do want to read this. And then we'll, you know, see if I want to get Foxglove after I read this, but I just got this one. Now next, I think this one is also YA, yeah. Crave. I've always seen these. It looks remarkably like Twilight. Like, come on, like, it just seems very Twilight-like, right? So I just wanted to get it. I always wanted to read it. So I figured, let me go ahead and pick it up. I know that there's another one out, maybe more than another one, but I figured, let me grab it, let me read it and see how it goes. All right, so now I got a couple of thrillers. The first one I got is The Lake by Natasha Preston. Her books are on Kindle Unlimited, so I'll probably read the majority of her books on Kindle Unlimited, but I have, I've read The Lost this month. I just finished reading it like yesterday, at the time I'm filming this video, and I enjoyed it. You know, I thought it was interesting. The Lost was one that I got as one of the $5 books they had at the cafe in Barnes & Noble a couple of years ago when I was there, and I just never read it, but I hear that she's getting a little bit more popular, so I read it, and it was pretty good. So I saw this there. They had a whole bunch of Natasha Preston stuff, so I picked up this one, The Lake, and we'll see how it goes. But the rest of her books I'll probably just read on Kindle Unlimited because I can, and it saves me money, so. But yeah, I'm interested to see how this goes, and of course I'll be talking about my thoughts of The Lost in a future video, so subscribe. The other thriller that I picked up was The House in the Pines. This is by Anna Reyes. I have no clue what this is about, but it was there. I enjoyed the look of it, the vibes. I was in a book shopping mood. I picked it up. Okay, it was right there in the front. One of the first books that I picked up. This was the second book that I picked up, and I just got it. Okay, so we'll see how it goes. It should be, you know, pretty quick. It's really tiny. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Maybe I can squeeze this one in for December, but if not, it'll be January, right? Because I'm curious about it, so, you know. And then I got The Serpent and the Wings of Night. Now this one I'm pretty positive is on Kindle Unlimited too. I think I have it in my library. I just haven't read it yet, but I just liked the size of this. It was so cute. Look how tiny. Like, it's a hardcover book, but it's so like tiny, you know? And like usually hardcover books are like a little bit bigger, but this one's so tiny and cute, so I couldn't resist picking it up. I don't really like hardcover books. I'm definitely more of a paperback type of gal, but this one was so tiny and cute, like for hardcover. Like, I don't have another hardcover here to compare it to. Maybe I do. I don't know. Maybe it's the same size as other hardcovers, but something about it, it just felt like I wanted it. Like, it just feels like such a nice little package, a little bundle, and I feel like I would enjoy holding this and reading it. So I picked it up. It's book 1 of the Nightborn duet, and it's by Carissa Broadbent. I don't know if you've heard of it. I will definitely share my thoughts about it once I get to it, and I don't know if book 2 is out. Probably not, because I didn't see a book 2 of this, but I'll have to check that out if I enjoy it. Definitely looks really fantastical, nice fantasy. I didn't read the back because I don't really like to read the back of books. I like to go in completely blind. I have no clue what this is about, but it looks cool, so I'm gonna read it. All right, so now we can move on to all of the books that I got at Amazon. Wait. All right, so now we can move on to all of the books that I got at Barnes & Noble. But first, how many books did I actually buy at Target? I'm curious. 7 books at Target. So that already kind of blew the book budget and the amount of books that I was supposed to get just by going to Target. So 7 books at Target, and curious to see how many books in total we picked up. So here are all the books that we got at Barnes & Noble. Let's chat about it. All right. So I kind of went into Barnes & Noble just blind. I didn't have like any, thoughts of books that I wanted to buy, like got a tangle in my hair, but I didn't have any ideas of books that I wanted to pick up per se. I just decided to go in and like, let's just see if there's anything I wanted to pick up. And apparently there were a bunch of things that I wanted to pick up. So, yeah, I don't even know like what some of these are. Like, honestly, I just picked up books. Like, that's just kind of how I operate. I just pick up books. I really wanted to get, no, there are a couple of books that I didn't want to get. I wanted to get Circe or whatever it's called. However it's pronounced. It's like a Greek mythology like story or whatever, and it's just really pretty. And then I wanted to get the second one to that, like right next to it. I have no clue what that one's called. It's a longer title, not as easy to remember, but I wanted to get both of those, and I almost did, but I didn't, because I was like, well, for the cost of these two books, I can get a lot more books. So I ended up getting a lot more books, and I will probably end up going back for that soon, because I really do want those two books. So after this, like, I really am not going to be buying books for a little bit because, Mama blew the budget, but I think I'm going to have to make an exception for those two books because I do want them. And I like the ones that they have at Barnes & Noble because they have, like, the painted edges and they're really pretty, but, so yeah, I might go back and get that. Anywho, let's talk about the books that I actually did buy. So the first one, I got a whole bunch of young adult at Barnes & Noble, by the way. Like, most of this is young adult stuff. So maybe let's talk about the ones that are not young adult. I don't know if this one's young adult. Yeah. So let's talk about the ones that are not young adult, and then we'll chat about the ones that are. That's young adult. All right, so first, this one is not young adult, but I thought it was super cute. I loved how it looked, liked the vibes and all of that, and it says, and they lived happily ever after. I loved here, it says truth is sweeter than fiction. So I loved that, and I wanted to pick it up so that I can read it. It says that it's pretty whimsical and all that fun stuff too, so it just looks cute, and I wanted to get this. Romance. Clearly it's romance, right? These two I don't think are YA. So the first one is A Deadly Education. That one's probably YA, right? I don't know. It's A Deadly Education. It sounds dark academia, which typically is YA. But, I loved this vibe, like the black and the gold situation, and A Deadly Education. I mean, so straight and to the point, right? Like, we know what we're getting with this book. So I just wanted to pick it up because, I don't know, it grabbed me, it hooked me, and I liked the way it looked. The other one is The Hexologist. These two were on the same table. I also loved the way that this one looked, and this is going to be part of a series, so I figured, hey, let me see if I want to get myself invested in a new series. And yeah, so this one is like, fantasy, sci-fi, all that fun stuff, and, I want to see what it's all about. I don't know what it's about, but I want to see what it's about, and I will let you know once I figure it out. And then I also picked up the Atlas 6. Now this one is pretty popular. A lot of people are reading this by Olivia Blake. And then there's another one out as well, but I didn't see that one. And I don't think that one would be in paperback yet because I think it just kind of came out. So I got just the Atlas 6 for now, and I'm going to read it and we'll see. It says knowledge is carnage. So that's also a good little, catchphrase there. Knowledge is carnage, education, a deadly one or whatever. So, like this one, I'm really interested in this one because I've heard a lot about it and a lot of people seem to like it. So I am really excited to read this one. All right, so then I got this little book by Stephen King. It is called The Body. It's a little, novella type of situation here, a little novelette. And I picked this one up. This one, I just got it because it was $5 at the cafe, and I went by the cafe to get some cookies because they had buy one get one half off, and I like those cookies, and I took one to my mom because she loves those cookies. And you know, since she was watching my kiddo, I wanted to bring her a little treat. So then they had this, and I was like, well, it's Stephen King, it's $5. Yeah, let me just pick it up. So yeah, I'm excited to read this because it's just like a short little like novella type situation by Stephen King. So what more could we ask for? Now I also picked up this book called All of Us Are Villains. Now this one is definitely YA, and it just seems cool. I like the little, you know, finger thing going on here like on the book, and it says blood before all, so you know, good little catchphrase too. But I did read a little tiny bit of the back of this one because I've not heard of it at all before, but I did read a little. Wait, is this like a number 1 or number 2 or something? I don't know if this is like, I need to look this up to see if this is like the first one, because it looks like there's another one, so maybe it's just like a duet, because there's like all of our demise back here, it says, and I didn't see that before because I barely looked at the back. But I don't know, I'm just gonna make sure that this is where I start with this journey, but it looks good. But it says every generation at the coming of the blood moon, 7 families in the remote city of Ulvernath each name a champion to compete in a secret tournament to the death. The prize, exclusive control over a hidden wellspring of high magic, the most powerful resource in the world, one thought long depleted. And that's really all I read. Actually, I didn't even read that much. Like at Barnes & Noble, I just read like this first part here, and I was like, okay, I'm in. Kind of sounds like The Lottery, if you ever read that like in school or anything, The Lottery. It sounds like a cross between that and like Hunger Games and like that type of stuff. So it seems pretty interesting. Speaking of Hunger Games, I picked up a copy of The Hunger Games because I have never read The Hunger Games. I watched the movie when it first came out. Like I loosely watched the movie. I didn't really get into it too much. But I figured, hey, let me pick up a copy of The Hunger Games. I actually do want to read this series, and I think, wasn't there a new one out or something? Like in the movie theaters, like a new movie or something? Or like maybe they're bringing it back. I have no clue, but I got a copy of The Hunger Games because I just wanted to check it out and see what the hype is. All right. So I also saw just randomly on the table this book called My Fault. Apparently this is a movie as well, and it's on Amazon Prime. I realized that I have seen it on Amazon Prime. I haven't watched it. I think I actually did start watching it once, but I didn't continue watching it. So it's on Amazon Prime. I'm gonna watch it. And I found that out. I connected the dots that they're the same because the girl that was checking me out at the counter at Barnes & Noble, she was like, oh my god, I love this book. And you know, then she was talking about how it's on Amazon Prime. Then she was talking about how it's on Amazon Prime, and that you know, and then I connected the dots like, oh, okay, it is that one that I started watching but didn't finish. So I'm excited to read this. There was a second one to this. I didn't buy that. I exercised some self-discipline and restraint. I only got the first one. And depending on how I feel about this one, I'll go back and get the second. All right, then I also got The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I've seen this like a couple of different places, and it's endorsed by Leigh Bardugo. I haven't read any of Leigh Bardugo's books, but I have some and I'm excited to read them. And I said, hey, this is probably in a similar realm, right? So I wanted to pick it up. I don't know what this book is about, but it looks cool. It looks good. A Cruel Prince. Hey, let's see what's so cruel about him, right? Like I grabbed it, all right? Next one I have here is Cinder. This is by Marissa Meyer, and I have always been interested in reading her retellings like for years now, but I've never picked them up. I did recently get her Renegades trilogy, so I was like, let me just go ahead and get the first one of these retellings as well so I can get started. I only picked up the first one. I didn't get them all, but I will get to this when I can. I'm excited to finally, you know, get into those because I know she's still kind of putting out some other ones. She just released, what was it, Heartless this year? That's part of like this train, right? So I want to get caught up, so I picked up the first one. All right, so the next one that I picked up, I just randomly saw this on a table and it seems interesting. It is the Wicked Fox, or just not the Wicked Fox, but just Wicked Fox. So I wanted to pick this up and check it out. I like that it's you know, inspired. It says inspired by K-dramas or Korean dramas and Korean folklore. My gosh, I can't talk, but folklore. So I wanted to check it out, and there's another one. It's called Vicious Spirits here on the back. I don't know if they're the same like series or something, but I wanted to check it out. It looks interesting. It sounded interesting. I did read a little bit of the back. It sounds like she turns into a fox. She has to feed off of men in order to keep her power instead of dying. So I guess we'll see what happens between these two. It sounds like it could be a nice, like, legit enemies to lover type of situation. If that's what's going on, I don't know. But I'm excited about it. And I love that it's, you know, Korean inspired. You know, something that is not my culture, right? I love that. I like Korean dramas on Netflix. I used to watch them a lot, like a couple of years ago. So I'm sure I would love the book too. Next one I got is Legendborn. I don't know anything about this, but loved the cover here. This one is YA. Definitely looks like it's pretty fantastical, powerful looking, and I wanted to grab it because it looked good, okay? I didn't read anything on the back here, but let's see, a little bit says, after her mother dies in an accident, 16-year-old Bree Matthews, love the name Bree, wants nothing to do with her family memories or childhood home. A residential program for bright high schoolers at UNC Chapel Hill seems like the perfect escape until Bree witnesses a magical attack her very first night on campus. See, and that's where I would stop, right? Like, I would not continue reading the entire back. That would be enough for me to be hooked and be interested in continuing to read it. I think it's really cool that the world takes place in North Carolina at UNC Chapel Hill. I think that's going to be really exciting. So we will see. I will keep you posted. And then the next two I got are part of a set, and it's these two. So the first one is Raybearer, and the next one is Redemptor. These just look really cool, all right? These are also both YA, so they look cool. They're by Jordan Ifuko, and I just wanted to pick them up because they were there and looking at me, and they looked good, and I could get two. And I don't know, for some reason it just feels like I'm gonna enjoy these, so I went ahead and picked up both, okay? Don't judge me too much. I don't know anything about what they're about, but it looks good. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like it, so I picked it up. But those are all the books that I got at Barnes & Noble. Let's see, let's do a little count and find out how many books I bought at Barnes & Noble. 14 books that I picked up at Barnes & Noble and 7 at Target. Wow, so like double. I got double the fun at Barnes & Noble. As well you should, right? It's Barnes & Noble. I'm not mad at it. So total of 21 books total that I picked up on my little shopping spree. Mama ain't picking up no more books except for maybe Cirrus and that other one, right? And then I'll be done for quite some time. But this is really exciting. I can't wait to read these books. I'm so excited that I've kind of rekindled my joy of reading, and you know what? If I'm gonna spend a little cash on myself, I'm not mad at the fact that I'm doing it on books because I love reading. If you know anything about any of these books, like, don't tell me too much. All right, don't tell me too much because I don't like to know. I like to go in blind, but you can just tell me, you know, thumbs up, meh, or thumbs down. You know, just tell me what you think about them. And if you have any other recommendations, definitely let me know in the comments because I would love to hear about that. I can't wait to start sharing some reviews and my thoughts of some books that I've been reading this month in December with you, and these as I get to them in 2024. And if you enjoyed this, make sure you put a like on it. I'd really appreciate it. It'll help more folks to find my channel and come and connect so that we can all chat about books and just, you know, be bookies together. Not a bookie because that's somebody who like does the betting. Book lovers, I guess. We have to go with book lovers. Bookworms. I don't know. I wish we could be cats, book cats. Yeah, we're all, like, we're the cool cats, right? Right. So we're book cats because we're cool book lovers. Book cats, all right? So thank you for watching, and yeah, subscribe, hang out. I'd love to have you here, and yeah, I will see you in the next video. Bye.